Gentleman continues to reserve. The gentlelady from Maryland.
Mr. Speaker, I yield 3 minutes to the gentleman from Iowa, Mr. Boswell.
The gentleman from Iowa, Mr. Boswell, is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise in support of H.R. 887 to honor my friend, former colleague, and Congressman Jim Leach. Jim served Iowa for 3 decades, winning election 14 times, and his strong record of principled, bipartisan leadership is a superb example to all of his colleagues, to all of us. He was born in Davenport, Iowa, where he made a name for himself by winning the 1960 state wrestling championship for Davenport High School. He went on to earn an impressive set of degrees from Princeton University, Johns Hopkins University, and the London School of Economics. Jim began his public service career in 1965 as a staffer to then Congressman Don Rumsfeld. In 1968, he entered the Foreign Service, where he served as a delegate to the Geneva Disarmament Convention, the Conference, and the UN General Assembly. He resigned his commission in 1973 to protest President Richard Nixon's firing of the first Watergate special prosecutor, Archibald Cox. Jim was first elected to represent Iowa's 2nd District in 1976, a political moderate who was always willing to reach across the aisle. Jim chaired the Ripon Society and the Republican Mainstream Committee, 2 organizations formed to encourage bipartisan policymaking. In Congress, Jim distinguished himself as a steadfastly ethical and independent-minded public servant. Throughout his career, Jim supported diplomacy before unilateralism, pushing for full funding for U.S. obligations to the UN. As chairman of the Arms Control and Foreign Policy Caucus, Jim pressed for a comprehensive test ban and led the House debate on nuclear freeze. Jim was also one of the only 6 House Republicans to vote against the 2002 Iraq War resolution. Jim's post-congressional career has been no less extraordinary. He holds 8 honorary degrees and has received decorations from 2 foreign governments. He is a recipient of the Wayne Morris Integrity in Politics Award, the Woodrow Wilson Award from Johns Hopkins, the Adlai Stevenson Award from the United Nations Association, the Edgar Weyburn Award from the Sierra Club, and the Norman Borlaug Public Service Award. Jim continues to serve the public on the boards of several public companies and nonprofit organizations, including the Century Foundation, the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace, the Social Sciences Research Council, ProPublica, and Common Cause, which he chairs. Additionally, he is currently a member of the Council on Foreign Relations and teaches at Princeton University's Woodrow Wilson School as the John L. Weinberg Visiting Professor of Public and International Affairs. Jim is not only a remarkable public servant, but a good friend. It was a tremendous honor to serve alongside with him. And just in closing, I'd like to say this. Jim Leach reminded me of a person that I knew in the legislature named Horace Daggett. Outstanding people in their own right in every way. Truly community people, Iowans, Americans, and put the country first. Jim was a privilege to know as the person he was, the person that he is, the person who reaches out and continues to serve us with distinction, and someone that we all can be very, very proud of. So I would yield back, but I urge all to support H.R. 887. Thank you.
Gentleman's time has expired. Gentleman from Florida.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I yield back.
Gentleman yields back. Gentlelady from Maryland.
Mr. Speaker, I yield the balance of my time.
Gentlelady yields back. All time has expired. The question is, will the House suspend the rules and agree to H.R. 887? Those in favor signify by saying aye. Those opposed, no. In the opinion of the Chair, 2/3 being in the affirmative, the rules are suspended and the bill is passed. And without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.